All right, everybody, welcome to episode number 33 of Hangar 18. And if you add 300 to that and multiply it by 2, it's the number of the beast. There you go. I just want to say to everybody, thank you, and fuck you for being longtime listeners of Hangar 18. And with me, as always, is the Spock to my Kirk, the Southern baritone panty dropper, the symbiotic, the one, the only, Dreadwind.
Hey, speaking of Kirk and Spock, have you seen the new Star Trek crap thing that they put out?
Yeah, I did see that, and here was my impression of it: lens flare, lens flare, lens flare, lens flare, lens flare. Super shitty Klingons who they arbitrarily changed again for some reason.
What is up with that?
Yeah, I don't know why don't they just stick with the winning formula of the the late '80s, early '90s, Deep Space Nine, TNG type Klingons. I don't get it.
I don't know.
Because to me that's what Klingons look like, not the not this shitty like creepy guy at the disco version of original series. Whereas like we don't like to speak about that.
Even the original cast, when they did the movies, what was it, the second or third one, they finally changed them to, the good ones.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't get it. I'm not really a fan of it. And and I thought that chick that plays Sasha in The Walking Dead would make it a little bit more tolerable, but I don't know. I knew they were going to put a female captain in there again. I knew it.
They have to.
Because I'm not sure if everybody's aware of this, but the writers of Star Trek have historically been far left-leaning people. That's why, like, if you've noticed, like, who are the people who signify capitalism? The Ferengis, and just look at them. They're ugly trolls. So that's their way of saying that they hate capitalism. Is very metaphorically. So I don't know, and yeah, I get it. Hey, the left, their ideas would work great if, like, you eliminated human nature and made it to where you didn't have to do anything and just could walk up to the wall and say, hey, make me this, and it would make it for you. Then yeah, their ideas work great. That happens, but you don't. So there you go. Well, that's fucking long ass diatribe.
Yeah.
About nothing to do with heavy metal. So yes. Anyway, we're gonna start off with the heavy metal news. And
hey, yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of heavy metal, we have heavy metal news, don't we?
Yeah, heavy metal news. That's what we always start with. Heavy metal news. Hangar 18. All right. Co-anchors, Thundercracker and Dreadwind. All right. Anyway, of course, all of the heavy metal news, or at least like 85% of it, seemed to have something to do with Chris Cornell, even though I would not consider either of the bands that he's really known for to be heavy metal. I would consider them to be like grunge or rock. But everybody is all over the whole Chris Cornell thing, and I get it. The guy was talented, and yeah, and he had a pretty big following. But anyway, my heavy metal news, I have two pieces of heavy metal news. One is that I saw a video of Chris Cornell playing Unplugged. He was playing a U2 song, which I'm not exactly. Oh yeah, U2 song was called One, but he did it with the lyrics from Metallica's One.
Huh.
But he played the music to U2's One, and he did it unplugged, which was pretty amusing.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I saw a video of somebody, because of course, shockingly, you could see a lot of Chris Cornell all over. And it seems like there was two main reactions to Chris Cornell. I saw a lot of people were like, holy shit, this sucks. The music industry's lost an icon. And then some other people were like, come on, Eddie Vedder, you're next. Come on, you can do it.
Wow.
That's what I thought. I was like, holy shit, man. I'm not the biggest Soundgarden fan, but fuck, that's
brutal.
Fucking mean.
Jeez. Yeah.
So anyway, my other piece of heavy metal news is Megadeth. Dave Mustaine paid tribute to Chris Cornell, saying that we've lost one of the most beautiful voices in rock. And I guess in their concert in Tokyo last night, they played a cover of Outshine.
Yep.
So yeah, which gets me is like Soundgarden was just supposed to headline Rock on the Range, which is where I live.
Yeah. I saw something about that. They said the show must go on, so they're going to do some sort of tribute or something for that.
Yeah. They're probably just gonna have the band up there with like pictures of him or some shit, and probably have like various singers come out and sing his parts.
Maybe so.
That'd be my guess. I don't know. There you go.
Somebody else did a I saw a video. I'm not sure who it was, but somebody else did they did Outshined in concert last night.
Oh yeah, a lot of people have.
Yeah. Probably that's probably my favorite song by them is that one. I remember that one actually got play on Headbangers Ball when it first.
What's the one where it goes, I just looked in the mirror, it thinks I'm looking so good.
Yeah, that's it. Isn't it? Yeah, that's Outshined.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm looking Minnesota.
Yeah. That's the one. That's Outshined.
In California. Yeah, you're right. I think it is. Okay. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, that one actually got Headbangers Ball airplay when it first came out. Because remember when it first came out, that was before. They were just before the big grunge thing, because them and Alice in Chains were kind of on Headbangers Ball there with their first songs a little bit.
And then Nirvana came out and it was all over.
Right, then Nirvana came out and they're like, oh, every band from Seattle has to be grunge now. So,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so what's your heavy metal news? That was mine.
Heavy metal news is Iron Maiden is currently on tour, but if you see them on tour, you will not be hearing the song "Hallowed Be Thy Name."
Oh yes, why would that
be? Because they are in the midst of a legal battle about that song, apparently. So supposedly, the song features music and lyrics from a 1974 album called "Life Shadow" by the band Beckett. And the song was originally written by Brian Quinn in 1969, later recorded by Barton. Now, Barton had settled with Maiden bassist Steve Harris over the song rights a few years ago, but the other guy apparently was not compensated, so now somebody's getting sued, and it's gone on to some sort of legal crap. That's kind of, I was trying to read up on it, but it gets confusing because they mention like the same guy twice in the article, so it's hard to understand.
Bob Barton and Brian Quinn.
Yeah, Robert Barton and
Brian Quinn.
Brian Quinn, yeah, but it mentions I'm trying to find that spot now, but anyway, yeah, so it's some sort of legal thing. Apparently it was settled but not settled, so it's back up again. And
goddamn lawyers ruin everything.
I know, right?
All right, so
and apparently the one guy that brought up the current lawsuit, like, just recently signed on to publishing rights like 2 days before he got the suit or something stupid like that. It's kind of one of those type of things.
Convenient.
Yeah.
Almost like finding a memo that was written 3 months ago about the guy who just fired you.
Right.
Convenient. All right, Dreadwind picked the songs for the review this week. So if they suck, it's fucking Dreadwind's fault. I'm just putting that out there. All right. Number 1 song, Overkill.
There's a bit of a theme going here, too.
Yeah, a little bit of a theme, I noticed.
Pick it out.
And I think it has something to do with killing. All right. Anyway, Overkill.
Yeah. Really? I was going for the rainbow unicorn thing.
Ooh, rainbows and unicorns. All right, Overkill. You know, I used to, at D&D a long time ago, I had an evil character, and his sole purpose was he would go around and kill unicorns to cut their horns off to sell them for magical components.
Wow.
Yeah, I know it's pretty evil, right? All right, so anyway, Overkill formed in 1980 in Old Bridge, New Jersey. The song was called Battle off of The Killing Kind, 1996. I really love the opening riff to this, but they draw it out a little too long. Like they go for like 30 seconds just milking that opening riff, which I'm not a fan of. This song is like they took the 1980s, amped it up to be heavier, which is pretty awesome. The singer, and then parenthetically I put, who I hate, sounds like a shitty version of Brian Johnson. The breakdown at 2:30 is pretty good, and then they say "yeah" about 100 fucking times.
Yeah,
exactly, right. So also in the song they'd mentioned "Disciple of Chaos," except that I think that the blood god Korn would kill the fuck out of these guys. because they're not quite as cool. I think Korn would accept Slayer and Cannibal Corpse, but Overkill not so much. I don't think Korn's into power metal. All right, in 1995, both guitarist Bob Cannavino, something, what the C, and Merritt Grant decided to leave Overkill. Overkill then hired Joe Comeau. That's almost a southern spelling. It's Meau. Only had an X at the end. It'd be perfect for Louisiana. Joe Comeau and former singer of the band Liege Lord, which is funny. All right. Comeau brought along former Anvil guitarist Sebastian Marino, with whom he had worked in the past. And those two are the guitarists on The Killing Kind.
Yeah.
So somebody from Liege Lord and somebody from Anvil, which Anvil, they've been around forever. But anyway, Overkill Battle, I think it's a good song instrumentally, but I just can't deal with that guy singing. So I give it a 7.0. Dreadwind.
I'm mostly with you on most of the points here. The guitars and the drum intro I thought was really cool. The main riff is pretty awesome. And the breakdown later on is really heavy and really freaking cool. There's a couple movie samples, I guess. I'm not sure what movie it's from also that they have in there. It's not like you can just kill me.
I think it's Yeah, the movie.
Probably so. But the Yeah is really fucking annoying. I'm totally with you on that. But yeah, I do remember, now that you mentioned that, I do remember that they had gotten 2 brand new guitar players for this album. So it's got to be hard when you have
half the band is brand new.
Yeah, you're especially on a guitar-driven band, where the guitars is a big part of the sound, and then you get 2 completely new guitar players for a whole new album. That's got to change the sound and style of the band a little bit. But overall, I like the song. It's a pretty cool song. I liked it a little bit better than you did, I guess. I just wish they'd get rid of that "yeah" out of it, because it's really fucking annoying. But I gave it an 8.0.
8.0. All right, well, that was wrong. Let's go on to another one. This little gem nestled within Dreadwind's choices, Metallica, Killing Time, which is a cover song by a band called originally by a band called Sweet Savage. And they released it in 1981. Metallica put it out on the B-side of the Unforgiven single in 1991. Metallica, of course, formed in 1981 in L.A. And from what I understand, the way that they were formed is they had this little heavy, like a musician's newspaper, and they had like ads in there for like seeking band members, and in like the heavy metal section there was like always these same 2 people, and it was Lars and James.
Yeah.
And that's how they met. So, and apparently they also used to love to go to record stores and pick up like new wave of British heavy metal records all the time. So all right. Love the very beginning where somebody says set and then somebody else goes, what'd he say? I fucking love that every time. And then the drum kicks in and that wicked riff blasts off with the fucking accompanying high guitar part. Great lyrics. Hetfield kills it, which I guess you can't really credit, Metallica too much for lyrics, but Hetfield kills it with that hateful edge to his voice. And I've listened to the original because I have this album that has like all the Metallica cover songs, and it's just all the original bands doing them.
Oh, cool.
And it definitely sounds a lot heavier when Metallica does it.
Yeah.
And a lot more manly, I would say. It sounds almost like Jason and Kirk are doing the chorus, that Killing Time chorus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure who's doing it, but it definitely sounds like it's Jason and Kirk. I can definitely hear Jason in there, but I'm not sure about Kirk. The solo is wicked as fuck. And finally, I just want to say the feedback at the end is pretty good too. They just end it with just like a little bit of feedback. I'm sick of fucking hearing about Rosencrantz and getting his picture taken. That's the fucking ad on every goddamn YouTube video. Is that fucking dog Rosencrantz getting his picture? It's almost like that Toyota Waylander. That was on forever on YouTube. And I get it. YouTube's free and they got to make money. I get it. Fuck off.
Yeah. Have you seen the latest trend where the ad comes up and it says you can skip this ad in 4, 3, 2, 1, and the 1 happens to be the end of the ad. Right.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I mean, anyway, Metallica Killing Time. I'm a giant fan of this. I give it a 9.0.
Wow. I didn't like this one as much.
Motherfucker.
it's good. It's just not my favorite cover by them that they do. But yeah, it's got a cool drum intro. It's got an upbeat tempo. Like I said, the original is by Sweet Savage. The video I watched because somebody didn't make a playlist in time.
Yeah, I know. Who the fuck?
The one I watched at the end, it said, and I know it's wrong. It's just at the end it said, original song by Motorhead or something like that. I'm like, what?
No.
Idiot. No.
Yeah, so just one thing. There's a Metallica cover song, and I forget which one it is. But at the very end, you can hear Lars go, "I fucked up in one place."
I remember that. I think that's off the Garage Days.
I think you're right.
Garage Days Revisited, one of those songs. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Anyway, Overkill.
Now. Anyway, this one.
Overkill. Killing Time.
Killing Time. Vocals are good on this one. The solo's pretty good on this one. Overall, it's good. I just didn't like it as much as you did. I gave it 8.0.
Fucking wrong. All right.
What?
You're going to get a chance for redemption right here. Killswitch Engage. Holy Diver. Cover song, the original 1983 Dio title track. Killswitch Engage formed in 1999.
You didn't pick the video on this one. They have an actual video for it.
Nah, fuck those guys. All right, 1999, Westville, Massachusetts is Killswitch Engage, and this is like one of the like little bonus tracks off their As Daylight Dies 2006 album. I think they had it on like a compilation, like from some like Kerrang or Metal Edge or something before that. But anyway, Holy Diver.
I thought it was on a tribute to Dio.
No, I think it was. I was looking at it, and I think it originally came out on like a. It might have been a tribute. It might have been. I know it was produced by like one of the heavy metal magazines, right?
Okay, all right.
And maybe it was all Dio tribute songs. I don't know, but it said it came off of like this Kerrang or heavy or Metal Edge compilation.
Okay.
Right. But anyway, they put it on their 2006 As Daylight Dies album, and in 2009, Holy Diver was placed on 43rd on VH1's top 100 hard rock songs. That's the original version, not this version. This version of the song, as well as the original composed by Dio, are featured as downloadable content on the guitar game Rocksmith 2014, which I never even fucking heard of that game. And I was looking at this song. There are 17 other bands that have covered this song that's been on records. That's pretty impressive for a song.
Yeah.
You know?
Not an easy song to cover either.
No, it definitely is not. The drumming is fucking spot on this. My only complaint is like I'm not a fan of the Howard Jones era of Killswitch, the Hojo era of Killswitch Engage. I like Jesse Leach much better than Howard Jones because Jesse Leach just seems like he fits the band a whole lot better. Mm-hmm. Howard Jones just like I don't know, his voice is a little bit too deep for Killswitch Engage in my opinion. But anyway, this version is exactly what a cover should be, in my opinion. Loyal to the original, but puts the covering band's funk on it. I give it a 7.5, Drew.
Yeah, I actually like the video because it's fairly humorous and it kind of follows the old Dio themes of in the castle and the swords and dressed up in costumes and stuff. It's got a bit of a humorous approach to it that I thought was kind of funny. The guitars are definitely much heavier than the original. Like you said, they take the original and they pay tribute to it, but then they put their own spin to it. I thought the singer actually did a pretty decent job.
Yeah, but he's not Dio. Come on.
No, he's not. Well, he's not. But Dio, who is Dio?
Nobody.
No, he can't.
The only one that comes close is Halford.
Yeah.
They're different, but yeah, I mean, Halford could probably mock Dio, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. So all things considered, I thought he did a decent job. I wasn't a big fan on the one changeup they did around. I think it was around 130. I wrote 138, so somewhere around there. It was a little.
You just did it somewhere's around there.
Somewhere's in that area. They did a little bit of a changeup. I wasn't a fan of that one. The guitar work's really good. The solos are great. Overall, I liked some of the things they did with it, and other things that I kind of didn't care for. But overall, it was pretty good. I gave it a 7.5 also.
All right. Fucking finally Symbiotic. All right. Moving on. And this one, I just got to say, what the fuckity fuck. All right.
I know.
Death Clock. This was released in 2007. And the band Death Clock was formed. And I'm just going to say they were formed August 6, 2006, which is the first episode of Metalocalypse was released. and this is called "Kill You," and this is apparently it has Pickles singing, and it's a cover of Snakes and Barrels, which is Pickles' first band, which is weird that they have a cartoon band covering another cartoon band from the same cartoon, which is fucking weird.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, here are my notes on it. The opening drum solo is fucking kill. The vocals, however, are terrible. And the chorus part reminds me of Sheldon Cooper Orgasm. The little solo they did was kind of weak. It reminded me of something that a 1980s pop band would do. And just little notes about Death Clock. Death Clock received the award for Best International Band during the 2009 Revolver Golden God Awards. A clip of the band's acceptance speech was played after they were announced as the recipients. They were presented, here's where it gets good, they were presented the award by Chuck Billy. Best known for his work as the vocalist for the thrash metal band survey says.
Testament.
There you go. Anyway, Death Clock Kill You fucking sucked. I give it a 6.0. Dreadwind.
Yeah, this was not what I was expecting when I saw Death Clock. I saw Death Clock Kill You. I was like, oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Good song, you know? Yeah. And then the best part of the song is the part at the beginning.
Drums, right. Yep.
Well, no, even before that, you know, when they're talking.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go make me a sandwich.
Yeah, I'm going to go make me a sandwich. Yeah, that's probably the best part of the whole song.
Damn, I thought Nathan Explosion was right there with me for a second. Go ahead.
Yeah, the drum intro is pretty good. Very much lighter than the normal stuff. You're dead on when you said it had a very poppy feel to it.
Almost like a Depeche Mode or something.
Gosh, I was trying to place who they sound like. Maybe like Muse or one of those bands.
I've never even heard of Muse, so okay.
Yeah, just no. I gave it a 6.0, and the only reason I rated it that high was because it has the name Death Clock in it.
Yeah, right on. I'm totally with you. totally with you. All right, let's ignore that for a while and move on to something good. Judas Priest Painkiller. And I think this might be like the third time we've reviewed Painkiller.
Is it?
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
not sure.
Yeah. Anyway, Judas
I couldn't remember.
Painkiller. Judas Priest formed in 1969 in Birmingham, England. And this is the title track of their 1990 album. And my first note is drum opening, anyone? That is fucking amazing.
Right.
I used to be an atheist, right? But then I listened to the song, and now I worship the super devil after hearing that tasty riff. That's what I said. That's why I actually wrote that down. This song tells the story of Painkiller, which is a metal angel which comes down to save mankind from destruction by its own hands. And Glenn Tipton of Judas Priest fame says that the solo from the song is his favorite to play. Halford's voice fucking destroys the air between the speaker in your ear throughout the entire song. Like you can see it. It comes out of the speaker and it stabs the fucking air right between the speaker and your ear as it goes along. The guitars are layered perfectly. The solos are amazing. And this is the first song on the Rock Band video game series to have a full impossible difficulty rating for all band members.
Wow.
Yeah, and the outro is badass. I'm not even a Judas Priest fan. I mean, I don't hate Judas Priest, but I wouldn't like consider them my top 20 favorite bands. Mm-hmm. But I give this a 10 because it's a fucking amazing song. And it's probably, I would say, one of those quintessential heavy metal songs that everybody who's a metalhead should like, whether they like death metal or whether they like metalcore or progressive metal. Everybody should know Painkiller because it's fucking awesome. Go ahead.
I totally agree with you. Drums. I just have drums with a bunch of exclamation points after it because it's awesome. The intro is, you know what's coming when you hear it. You know, this is classic Priest right here, and Halford's just like you said, he's killing it on vocals, hitting those high notes. Solos are awesome. Again, there's an actual video to this one that you didn't.
Well, fuck.
To, but the video, I'll put the video though. If you watch the video, just be aware it will give you epileptic seizures.
Hey, just let me interrupt you right here. One of our previous guests just sent me a message and he says it's an 11 out of 10, easy, which is awesome.
I know who that is too.
Yeah, because he's a huge Judas Priest fan.
Yeah. Yeah, the video for this, it's all black and white, but it's like it's strobe lights and it's just back and forth. So the video will give you seizures. If you're prone to seizures, don't watch the video. But just a side note too, they're in the video, they're all decked out in the leather and spikes and everything too. And funny story on that is like that whole outfit, that style of dressing came from Rob Halford, who at the time
Right.
nobody knew he was gay at the time, right?
Right. Yep.
And he used to just go to like the gay section of towns and go into all these S&M shops and it's like, oh, this looks cool, and he'd buy these leather and studded things for a stage outfit, and the rest of the band say, hey, that looks pretty cool, we'll do it too. And then it became a thing in heavy metal. So
Right.
all the leather and spikes you see in heavy metal came from S&M shops in the gay.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, so there you go. It's awesome. I love it too. I'll give it, I had 9.5, but fuck it. I'm going to bump it up to a 10.
All right, double
It's
10.
fucking awesome.
Painkiller.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to say one thing about Rob Halford, being gay. A couple of things about that. One time, a former friend of mine was talking to me right after Rob Halford came out. He's like, oh, dude, Rob Halford's gay. I'm like, yeah, so what?
Yeah.
I mean, who cares? Does it affect his music? No. Who gives a shit? Right?
I made those meme pictures. I made a meme one time, and it's a picture of Rob Halford and his leather and spikes. He's just standing there with his arms crossed, just a publicity picture. And the caption read, "Still not as gay as Justin Bieber."
Yeah. So here's the thing, too, is when people say that heavy metal's a bunch of neo-Nazis. Yeah, okay, because Judas Priest lead singer gay guy. Yeah, because nobody has any respect for that guy at all, except everybody does.
Right? Yeah. Like the lead singer for Judas Priest is gay, and like the entire heavy metal community is like, so.
Yeah, right. They're like, okay, cool, great.
Okay, cool.
Right. Yeah, because they're a bunch of neo-Nazis. All right. Anyway, moving on to our next one. Song by a band called Megadeth, formed in 1983 in L.A. And wait a minute, I just got a message that says Rob Halford was also in Spun, and he was a gay dude in a sex store, and Mickey Rourke called him Pony Boy and sold himself out to the police that were chasing him. That's weird. Didn't know that. All right.
Well, Gene Simmons played a transvestite in a movie also.
Oh yeah, but I think they were like saying, they were applauding. This person I know for sure was applauding Rob Halford because they're fans, I think. All right. Anyway, Megadeth, formed 1983 LA. The song was called "Killing Is My Business" and "Business Is Good." The album is. Let me start that one more time. This is the title track of their 1985 debut album. All right, and it's got the really great picture of Vic Rattlehead in the front, which I love. Anyway,
the updated one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the original one was kind of goofy.
Yeah, right on. Okay, so my very first note is that somebody said, I love this, in the comment section. Somebody said, I'm an atom still in the quantum field, waiting to be born as a human in the year 3014. And I love 80s thrash metal, which fucking, I love that line. All right, anyway, great percussion throughout the entire song. The double tracking of Dave's voice is a bit off-putting to me a little bit because I'm just used to hearing Dave's voice come out really clear because Dave has that voice that's like always on the edge of being constipated. Oh my God!
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the bass is really well done in this song, which I'm guessing that is probably the re-release because I'm assuming the original you probably couldn't even hear it. The song apparently was inspired by The Punisher, which I don't get because The Punisher is not paid assassin, but Dave Mustaine said it's inspired by the Punisher, so be it. Punisher's my favorite comic book character, so yeah, fuck yeah. Not shockingly, the guitar solos are pretty spot on. And finally, I'm not a weird of the fan panting at the end of the song, and which is to say, I'm not a fan of the weird panting at the end of the song because he does this like weird panting at the end, and I don't like it. Yeah. Anyway, Megadeth, Killing Is My Business, and Business Is Good. It's a big four band. They're fucking awesome. I love this song. I give it an 8.0. Dreadwood.
Yeah, it's chock full of the early Megadeth guitar riffs where he's just all over the fretboard. And how he can play these riffs and sing at the same time just completely baffles me.
Hey, let me stop you. Was there any flanging in there?
I don't know. I don't know. Um, you
Did
totally
I make you
missed me
lose your
with
train of
that.
thought?
Yes, you did. Thank you. Chain of consequences. Okay. Um, but yeah, I'm always baffled at how he can play these riffs and sing at the same time, because playing and singing at the same time is not an easy task.
All right, that's why Tom Araya is a badass.
It speeds up about 45 seconds in, and then it slows down, and it speeds up again, and then it gets faster, and quite a few tempo changes, and it's short, and it's Megadeth, and there's good guitar work, and the solos are awesome, and the bass is awesome, and the drums are awesome, and it's a cool song, but it's not quite my favorite off that album. I gave it 7.5.
Oh, what the fuck! All right, I'll allow
Yeah,
that.
I like what was it? Looking Down the Cross is a cool one.
Yeah, you're right. That is a good one. All right, moving on to our next band, and this is a Dreadwind band through and through. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh shit, this is a Dreadwind band."
I've never heard of this band before.
All right, come on, you got a big fucking.
Thank you very much.
I'm just saying, the band's called New Year's Day, and they were formed in 2005 in Anaheim, California, home of the Mighty Ducks. And this song is called "Kill or Be Killed" off of their album Malevolence, and that was released in 2015. And let me just go ahead and address the monkey in the room, the elephant in the room. The singer is fucking smoking hot.
Yes.
I think her name is Ash Costello, and she is hot as can be, right?
Doesn't matter what her name is. She's hot.
Yeah. So there's that. And she's like, I don't know, pretty good looking chick. Anyway, I lost my train of thought there just thinking about flashing back to that video where she like spits out the blood. That's fucking awesome, you know?
Yeah.
It's a special kind of dude to like, you know, the gothic type chicks with like the, you know, like when they get the heavy eye makeup and like the black lipstick or the dark lipstick, you know, and they're like into like
the two color hair going.
Yeah, right. That's the right kind of chick right there. The chicks that are like, you know, proud of that shit and they don't give a shit what other people think about them. You know? Talk about strong women. That's the fucking face of feminism right there.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, the main guitar riffs and the melodies are a bit too bright for my tastes. I'm not a fan of those at all. And they're interspersed into what sounds like Slipknot. So I'm not a fan of that either. Because like they have these like super bright melodies, and then they have like the heavier part, which sounds like Slipknot to me. The way it's tuned. I'm not a fan of it. I give it a 6.0. Dreadwind, your turn, buddy.
Yeah. The singer's hot. It kind of had a cool build up, and then like you said, the heavy main riff is, it looks like they had tuned down 7 strings, which a 7 string is tuned down to begin with. So when you tune down even more, it, in my opinion, just gets redundant.
Plus, when you throw a flanger on there, it gets ridiculous.
And a flanger on there, just, you know, that, yeah, that's all it takes. Yeah, I could kind of pick up on that Slipknot vibe now that you mention it. I was trying to place what they sounded like, and that's probably a good fit there. It's got analogy. There you go. There we go. Yeah, it's got a heavy main riff, but then the verse kicks in, and it's very, very poppy. You know, sounding. You said bright, but you know, it's like a pop rock song verse almost.
She can sing though, and she really can.
She can. I wasn't a fan of the musical structure of the song. I guess you could say it didn't suck, but it wasn't great. I don't know. I gave it I guess a 7.0. I guess.
God damn, that was generous.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to Kill Devil Hill, which is a super group, and they were formed in the Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. I don't know where they got their name. In 2011. This song is called Strange off of their self-titled. So they're Kill Devil Hill, the band from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, and their album is Kill Devil Hill.
Wow.
Debuted in 2005. This song is called Strange, and it's a super group founded in 2011 by drummer Vinny Appice, who you should know from Heaven and Hell and Dio and Black Sabbath. Rex Brown, I mean, come on, Pantera and Down. Yep. Mark Zevon, which they put his former band there, but I've never fucking heard of 40 Cycle Hum. And lead vocalist Dewey Bragg from Pissing Razors, which I actually have heard of. not like
Dewey also has another side project called Moth, Moth, and the O has a little doohickeys on top of it.
umlaut.
Yeah.
That's what they're called.
And so he's that's another side project for him, and they're that's another kind of Southern metal style
Gotcha.
music.
My name was Dewey. My side project would be called Early Morning Dewey. All right. Anyway, fucking killer ass opening riff. Very Southern, very bluesy. Here's my only problem with this. The vocals seem like he is trying way too hard to be soulful. The solo is pretty good, but it's a little understated. And the singer looks like Opie from Sons of Anarchy. I mean, he just does. He looks just like that guy. Anyway, I'm a fan of it. And, like, you got to think, Rex Brown is old as fuck, but he's still killing it on that bass. I give it a 7.5.
Yeah, I'm right with you. It's got a really cool Southern metal sound. It's got a great main riff. It's got Rex on bass. The only problem is, and I think it's the chorus sections, but it loses momentum.
Yeah, it's weak.
You know. Yeah, it builds up and then it just kind of loses everything, and then the main riff kicks back in and you get back into it, and then it gets weak again, like you said.
I think you're trying to say they're a bunch of pussies.
I wouldn't say that. But it just doesn't grab you like it. It should grab you and take you somewhere. It's not grab you and then.
Hey, you know what? Hey, just real quick. Somebody put up a meme about this the other day, and I always thought it was like pretty apt right here. Somebody said you shouldn't call people a pussy, right? You should call people a ball sack, because ball sacks are like sensitive and weak, and pussies take a pounding. Like,
yeah,
like that's pretty accurate, really.
From what I understand, I think that's a Betty White quote, actually.
Oh yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
Betty White.
Yeah.
How awesome is Betty White?
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave this one a 7.0. I wasn't a huge fan of this one because
that kind of surprises me.
It just didn't, like I said, it got weak in spots. It starts strong and then it got weak and then it picked up and then it got weak again.
I thought it was that Southern metal. I thought like Southern metal, it had like subliminal fried foods and fucking Dixie going on the fucking in the background.
Not this one.
All right, moving on to Gwar. Gwar, you can't kill terror. Gwar, formed in Richmond, Virginia, home of who else?
I don't know who else.
Lamb of God. Come on.
Oh, okay.
This is from their album War Party, released in 2004. Gwar was formed in 1984. Anyway, my notes are Odorous' vocals are spot on throughout the entire song. The song seems to go through about 20 different tempos. Speed up, slow down, speed up. The solo that leads in, there's like a little solo, then it leads into another solo. It's fairly fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The drumming is outstanding throughout the entire song. And here's the thing about the album. Although not following a true story per se, unlike many of the band's previous albums, there seems to be an ongoing concept throughout the album about a fictional political party named the War Party, with policies dedicated specifically to the eradication of the human race by supporting global war and hatred under the Krostika, which is a symbol combining the Christian cross and the Nazi swastika. And Gwar, they're shockingly pretty left-wing, and they do have a point here that you can't, your diplomacy can't be entirely through fucking J-damn bombs, right?
Right?
At some point you gotta like talk and negotiate and form trade deals and shit. You can't just bomb your way to peace, but I think that's what they're talking about, right? And my final note here, and I wanted to ask you about this because you're the expert on all things Southern.
I knew you were going to mention this.
Really? Anyway, there's a lyric in the song that says, cut off his penis and shove it in his mouth, just like they do down south. And I was wondering, is that pretty common down there?
I think that's a Georgia thing.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Gwar, you can't kill terror. I give it an 8.5.
Make them squeal like a pig, Paul.
Boy. Woo.
Yeah, this one very thrash style on this one, and we've mentioned this before. You don't realize how good musicians this band is.
Yeah, Gwar, they're like amazing.
The solo is fucking awesome, kicks ass. this is probably one of their most serious topics that they do. Normally, it's everything's very, kind of.
Yeah, they've had some interesting song topics, that's for sure.
Yeah, and this one's pretty straightforward and actually more serious here. And like you said, they do have a point. It actually reminds me of the topic kind of reminds me of Death Clock's Mermaid, or
Yep. You
just
kill people and you just endless cycle. Yep.
that whole cycle thing going on. Yeah, and what the fuck, Odorous, with the down south comment. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Just saying.
Anyway,
you know what it's like down there.
Yeah, like I said, I did live in Georgia for a little while, and I will say, yeah, okay.
The old times there are not forgotten.
Well, that's where they filmed the movie Deliverance. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. So I gave this one an 8.0.
All righty. Okay. Moving on. Typo Negative. A little ton action for you. Formed in Brooklyn, New York. 1989. This is off of their Bloody Kisses album. 1993, which is a badass album that everybody should own.
Yes.
This song is called Kill All the White People. And first off, let me just start by saying this is black humor. He doesn't advocate going out and killing all the white people. He's joking, right? It's just black humor.
It's a joke, people. Get over it.
It's a political commentary, basically, right? He goes bass, feedback, drums, and then insanely fast beat and amusing lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Bloody Kisses was the first album on Roadrunner Records. This is amazing. Bloody Kisses was the first album on Roadrunner Records to go platinum.
Yeah.
So there you go. Pretty good album. And it's also got Black Number 1 on there, which is an amazing song. It's got a couple of really good songs in there. The Sounds of the Firing Squad is amusing to me. And then there's very black humor throughout the entire song. And by black humor, I mean fucking, dark humor. Not, dark, Dave Chappelle. Come on. People get, and like even in the comment section, people got like their fucking identity politics fucking shit out. Like,
I saw that. God, so many people were,
Yes, and my last note is sadly people think he was serious, and some even subscribe to the ideas of the song. And first off, let me just also say, R.I.P. Peter Steele. I mean, the man was a goddamn legend. Okay, and also here, here's the thing about the whole kill all the white people. It was a joke. Calm down. A joke,
Yes.
He's not trying to. It's not like if people in the comment section were like, "Oh, he did a song with Phil Anselmo, and Phil Anselmo is also super, a Nazi." I'm like, have you heard the song 13 Steps, where basically he says "fuck Nazis"? I mean, come on. I mean, it seems like people just want to say that if you have a shaved head, you're a Nazi. I shave my head, and you know why I shave my head? Because my hair gets long, it gets curly. And I look like fucking Screech from Saved by the Bell. So I shave my head. So, and I'm not a Nazi. There you go. I don't know why I have to say that, but I'm not. All right, anyway, I give it a song at 8.0. Good one. Go ahead.
Yeah, this song came about because when Typo Negative, I guess when they first came out, for some reason there were reports of, publicity, stupid shit. And somewheres along the way, some reporter got it in their head that they were some sort of neo-Nazi, white supremacist type of band.
Oh, shocker! Like they've done to 20 different other metal bands.
Right. So in response to that, Peter wrote this song.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's good. That's
good. So that's where this song. That's where this song comes out of. Is in response to that, and it was. I want to say it was some reporter. It wasn't even here in the U.S. either. It was a reporter like in Denmark or something like that put out this big story that they were this neo-Nazi white supremacist band. So he was like,
Denmark. You mean the place that actually sent volunteer legions to fight with the Nazis?
Probably, yeah. I'm not sure if it was Denmark or not. I'm just saying it was I'm pretty sure it was one of those countries in the general area.
Oh yeah, with that like area of Northern Europe, and there's like 30 little countries.
Right. Somewhere's over there, and so Peter was like, this was a big fuck you to that. That's where this song came from. But yeah, Peter had a sense of humor, and you know, a lot of people, even when he was still alive, a lot of people didn't get that sense of humor. So I think it's great. It's hilarious.
It might have something to do with the fact that he always looks like he's on the verge of murder.
Maybe so, yeah. But he's got that very dry sense of humor where if you don't realize he's joking, you actually think he's serious.
Right.
You know, so I guess that's where some of the mistake comes from. I don't know, but the opening on this one, like you said, is very fast and it's almost a Carnivore style from like when he was in Carnivore.
Yeah.
But then at about a minute in, it fucking slows down and just drops everything to sub level.
Yeah, the basement.
Yes,
Heavy.
it's just
heavy.
slow and heavy and fucking awesome.
The grinder.
Awesome.
With you on that.
When I saw them play the first time I saw them play live, they opened for Ozzy and Sepultura. And that's Phil came out and sang the song with them. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
But yeah, this is an awesome song. I give it a 9.0.
Damn. All right. Okay, well that does it for our review of those 10 awesome songs. And next week's gonna have a theme too, and it's gonna be super cool. You're gonna be like, "Holy shit, these guys are goddamn geniuses!"
Should be unicorns.
Yeah, no, but here's the thing: like the thing about these theme shows is like the first like 5 or 6 songs you're like,
they're easy,
give them, like right off the bat. And
I know.
The other 4 you're like,
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, now we're gonna go into our heavy metal story segment of the show, and I'll go first because, well, I'm awesome.
Okay.
My heavy metal story is not so much a particular incident, but it is more a foreboding tale, right?
Mm-hmm.
A warning to all you young kids out there. Here's the thing: if you want to go to a show and have a good time, be my guest. Do whatever you want. You want to fucking inject bleach into your eyes because it gets you off, do whatever, right? If you want to fucking, I don't know, sit under an elephant while it shits on you because it gets you hot. Whatever the fuck you want to do, I don't care, right? I really care less what other people do to their own bodies as long as they're not hurting anybody. I don't care, right? But it is fucking annoying the people at concerts who have to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth to get beer every fucking 5 minutes. I mean, I understand like the vendors, they won't sell you more than one beer, and that's part of the reason.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't understand how it's any better if they have to come back. I don't get that. Maybe they think that 3-minute walk will make them sober, I guess. Who the fuck knows? But you fucking stop being so annoying with the drugs and the beer. I don't care what you do. Just don't annoy me, right? Like, here's for instance. I was at Ozfest one time, and they had this trailer where you could go in and play video games for some reason. I have no idea why they had that at an Ozfest. But there was a guy there, and he was standing on the ramp to the trailer, and he was obviously fucking stoned out of his mind on something. And his eyes roll back in the back of his head, and it's like probably 98 degrees, and he's wearing black pants and a black coat and a beanie hat, and he's just dancing around on this ramp to the place, not letting anybody in. So I guess my whole overarching point is, you want to do drugs and drink beer, great. Just don't fucking aggravate other people with it.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick. To make a long story short, that's my whole thing. And I believe Redwind just got back from a little bit of chest armor action. So
I did.
That's probably going to be his story.
Yeah, I got a concert story this time.
Hey, go ahead.
So this past week, I got to see Sabaton in concert. Can you tell I'm excited?
Sabaton. I know. I can feel the air pressure from your nipples getting hard all the way up here.
It is. Oh, they are
the butterfly
hard.
effect of heavy metal nipples.
I'm gonna need a new shirt after this.
I just tore right through it, didn't
it? So first of all, bravo to Sabaton for selling out the show, because I realize it's not a big place. I think it held maybe 500-600 people, but you're talking about 3 bands on the bill that were all from Europe, none of which get any radio airplay over here at all.
Right, and it's in the South, and the common theme in the South is you don't take kindly to Europeans around here, boy.
And the concert was on a Tuesday night, which is like the worst night to have a concert.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they still sold out. Now, keep in mind, I saw Anthrax about 6 months ago at a smaller venue than what this one was, and they didn't sell out.
Wow, that's impressive.
So yeah. But anyway, so it was Sabaton was the headliner. You had two other bands. It was Battle Beast that played first. They were actually pretty decent. One of those bands that you kind of you can enjoy them better live than you do,
Yeah,
listening
we
to
reviewed a
recorded.
Battle Beast song. We were not kind to it.
Yeah, I remember that. But live, they were, they're not too bad live. So I enjoyed them. And then Leaves' Eyes came out, and they had two singers. They have a female singer who's pretty hot, and a guy singer who looks like a 6'4" Viking.
Nice.
And I didn't care for them as much, but here's the cool thing about them. When they came out, they had two guys. They came out on stage with them dressed as Vikings.
Nice.
I mean, helmet, shield, sword, everything. And they were just one standing on each side of the stage, just standing there, I was like, that's cool.
I wish I had my own retinue of Vikings.
I know, right? That was pretty cool. And then they the singer for that band, the female singer, she sings that really high operatic opera style vocals.
My favorite style.
Yeah, and I didn't care for that. You probably would have liked the male singer. He had the lower, almost death metal type of growls. What was cool about him was the second to last song they played was just her singing. So he was off stage. But then when he came back on for the final song, he was dressed as a Viking.
Nice.
And he had put the helmet and the armor on, and they had the sword and everything. So that was pretty cool. And then Sabaton gets on, and they just were awesome. And there was an actual mosh pit there.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say mosh pit, I mean they were actually moshing, and there was no arms flailing around. There was no kicking. There was no punching. There was no elbows to the faces. It was like civilized moshing. And when somebody fell down, they got around them and picked them up like you're supposed to.
I like that civilized moshing. I can almost picture some guy in like a top hat with a monocle sipping tea. Going,
monocle. Hello. Did you get the mosh today?
Yes. Let's open this pit the fuck up.
So that was awesome. And at one point, it was funny. At one point, the lead singer for Sabaton, he crouched down while he was singing, and like he slipped or something and fell. So not to let the moment pass by, the guitar player comes over and sits on his chest while he's trying to continue singing.
That's awesome.
That was funny. First of all the guitar players for all the bands were fucking awesome. I'll just throw that out. They were all awesome guitar players. Battle Beast had a freaking keytar player.
Nice.
Like, really, a keytar player? And the guitar player for Sabaton, I was so impressed because I've never seen a guy do this before. I've seen him. You play the solos 10,000 times. You get used to playing them over and over again. You don't really have to look and pay attention to what you're doing. I see guys do that all the time. I've seen guys play just with one hand because, hey, look, I can do it with one hand. This guy, his solo would come up. He would get up there. He's playing the solo, and then it's not a super technical solo, but still, it's on time. It's in key. He's hitting all the notes with one hand and not looking at his guitar. And on top of that, he's interacting with the crowd, actually trying to get the crowd to pump up and cheer. And he's stepping back and steps forward and puts his arm up to get the crowd to cheer. And they're not loud enough. So he says, no, do it again while he's doing his guitar solo.
Nice.
It was just, I was blown away by that. I don't know why, but that's
what I do my solos.
I guess because I can't chew gum and walk at the same time, but this guy's up there doing that.
Yeah, when you get to be as good a guitar player as I am, you'll get that. You'll get there one day.
Yeah, that's my that's my goal.
Aspiration.
That's my aspirations.
Yeah, I can't play guitar.
So all in all, great concert, awesome concert. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. Oh, there was one guy that had a freaking bicycle wheel in the audience. Like, I have no idea why. He was up front and he would lift it up every now and then, and like no tire on it, just the wheel. Like, why do you have a bicycle wheel in the concert? That's weird.
That seems like something that they would have not let somebody in with.
I know. That's what I was thinking, but I don't know. That was weird.
All right.
So there you go.
All right. Well, I think that does it for our Hangar 18 episode number 33, and that brings us to Dreadman's favorite portion of the show. If you are in Kokomo, Indiana tomorrow, there is it's called a meetup at the Midwest, and what that is a bunch of GI Joe toy collectors are getting together to buy, sell, and trade GI Joes, and I will be there as Cobra Trooper. Maybe I'm not 100% sure I'm going yet because it's a fucking 3.5 hour drive. I don't know. But it is fun, though, to go. But anyway, and then on Sunday, I will be in Dayton at Jim and Dan's Toy and Comic Show, which I believe is at Wright State University. So there's that. But anyway, I just want to say, hey, everybody, thanks for the one listener we have throughout the entire show, and the one guy who came in for like 5 minutes. We had two listeners for a while.
He heard Judas Priest and like, wait, somebody's talking about Judas Priest.
Oh, yeah. Then he heard New Year's Day. He's like, fuck this, I'm out.
His ears perked up when he heard Judas Priest.
Yeah, right on. So anyway, we're out of here. And I just want to say, everybody, hey, stay metal. Dreadwin.
Stay metal, horns up.
All right, we're out.